deer that we've had a lot of pictures of this year. That's the other side. So number 6, I've never seen anything like that. Yeah, no, that's definitely, that's a big 8. We must be at the hot spot. Love to see it. The one spot we haven't checked is the cornfield. So 19 total sheds. It's about 5:30 right now. I've been walking since about 12:30, so about 5 hours so far today. So we got 7 miles in today. I haven't found anything. I've been looking for the other side of Longhorn. Been walking some thick stuff, looking about everywhere I thought that he possibly could drop it. I was just walking up on the edge of this field right here. Look down in here. I can see a shed laying right there. Shoot already. And that looks like it's from last year. Yeah, there's no doubt that's a last year shed. I was really hoping that maybe we'd come across Longhorn's other side, but hey, we're taking a shed home. All right, it's Saturday, February 22nd. Heading out for the 5th day of shed hunting here in 2020. Today, I'm hitting a property that I hunted a lot back into late muzzleloader season. And there's a nice buck on this property that I call Prospect. You know, Prospect's a buck that we've had history with. We had pictures of him 3 years ago. Found his sheds last year. Had a couple encounters with him this year. We had 9 total encounters with him over his 3-year history that we've had with him. So he's a buck that we'd really like to find his sheds, you know, just to continue the history with him and hopefully, you know, be able to hunt him next year. There's a couple other nice bucks on this property, but the highlight buck on this property is definitely Prospect. There's not a lot of snow on the ground, the sun's out. A little chilly, but hey, you can't complain about this kind of weather. As long as there's not a lot of snow on the ground, I'm okay with it. So we'll give her a shot. I was just walking up this path right over here. Came up from right there, walked right up here, found this old one. Don't know how I would have missed this last year, but that's a really old one. That's not even last year's, that's really, really old. Not the shape you'd like to find them in, but hey, a fine's a fine, and that's number 10 on the year. Well, just found the second one of the day, right off this 4-wheeler path. Chewed up a little bit. Chewed up a lot. But it is from this year. That had to have been covered in snow. But I bet the tips were just sticking out, and that's what they were chewing on. And what he's probably doing is he's probably coming down this path right here. You can see the tracks right here. Probably going up through there. Probably just dropped it in transition. That's a good find. Cool little guy. Well, I just came up this trail right here. Look down that trail. Boom, there's number 3 for the day. Oh yeah, it's a good one. Look at that. Look at that. That's crazy. Look at that brow tine. That's a nice shed. It's got awesome color. Just a 3-point shed, but it's got one big old brow tine. I actually I think one picture of this buck during the rut. I think I have one picture of him. Because I remember there was a buck that had a big brow tine, but he only had 2 points on one side. And this has to be him. So, yeah, no, that's definitely a solid shed. That's a really cool shed, you know. Definitely unique, and one I'm very happy to find. I mean, that just made today, and we still got a lot of daylight left. So, what a great find! Off to a great start. 3 sheds already, and yeah, this guy might not have much history with him, but do have one picture enough to know exactly which buck this is. So, cool find, and we're just getting started. Right here is the 4th shed of the day. And that is from last year. Huh. Looks like we missed one. It's number 4 today. Number 4 today. What he's doing, he's probably laying right here, getting some sun, south facing slope, stands up, drops it, and then we find it. Oh, Dad just found a deadhead right here. Little guy. I'm glad you see it because I don't. Ah, nice, nice. Oh, I think I know which buck. Yeah, yep. And I know exactly which buck this is off of. This is off that young mainframe 10. It's got a split G2, and he actually hangs out in this area. We knew that. We had a couple encounters with him right up here. Looks pretty fresh. Really fresh, for that matter. But he's a young buck that has a lot of potential. He's a very, like, looking at him, he was with the big 8 that's on this property, and he just looks so much smaller in body size than the big 8. So you know he's a young deer, there's no doubt. I don't know if it's 3.5 or 2.5, but regardless, it's a great shed, cool find, and I wouldn't be surprised if his other side's not too far from here. A lot of potential. Good to see that he made it, and you can see he just came right down this path right here. You got a path right here, came right down it, and I don't know where he was headed to or where he was coming from, but I'm not surprised that we found his shed in this vicinity. Well, we just found a needle in the haystack. I think it's the other side of the buck that we just found, and that's exactly what it looks like. Right out here in the corn. Yep, that's the other side. So number 6 of the day, match set to the side earlier with the split G2. Still got his wax ring and tacked. Yeah, so here's the other side. Right there. Young buck with a lot of potential. Dad and I were just walking in these cedars right here, and we were thinking it's way too good not to have a shed, but you know, we think that about a lot of places. So I decided to come back up around the field edge up here, and I came out and look at this one. This is crazy. I don't know how that landed like that. I have no clue. That chewed up pretty bad, but that is amazing how that landed in there like that. I've never seen anything like that. Definitely this year's. I mean, you can tell from right here, you can just see it's white down there on the bottom, but it's chewed up pretty good. Its main beam's covered by that log that fell over it. Whew. Is that this year? No, you know what? It probably is this year. It's just busted off. He busted it off from. No, or it was just chewed off. That's just an old one. I don't know what deer that's off of, but that's a 5-point side. You must have missed that a couple years ago. Still counts though. It's number 8 on the day, which is number 17 on the year. So. All right, Dad just killed the 3-hour drought. Says he's got one up here. Where do you see it? And you have good eyes, because oh, okay, yep. That's the big 8. That's the big 8. You betcha. Oh man. He's already chewed up pretty good too. That's a shame, but that's a good find regardless. Really wanted to find his side. Had a lot of encounters with him this year. That's fresh. Just sucks to see him chewed like that, but that's a good find regardless. So we'll get to it on his other side.
That's the big 8.
That's the big 8. You betcha. Hope it's not that dead one that was back there. He's one we were really hoping we'd find. And it looks like he's coming down that path right there, or that path right there, coming up into this bedding area. All we hope is that he wasn't the one that we just found dead, the shed antler buck that we found dead about 100 yards from here. So that's a good find. 10 minutes after we found the right side off the big 8, just found number 10 for today. Go ahead. I don't know what buck that's off the top of my head. Oh.
He's all chewed up.
He is chewed up. So I guess we're in the hot spot. There you go, number 10 for the day. Number 19 on the year. Dang squirrels are getting here. You can tell these are fresh antlers and they're getting chewed up pretty good. We must be at the hot spot because Dad just found another one. I don't know what buck that is. I don't know at all. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying now. I don't know, hold these up, see if that'd be a match. No, that's two different deer.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's 11 on the day, 20 on the year. Good find. When you got too many in your hand that you're worried you're gonna drop one, that's when you know it's a really good day. Sun's about an hour and a half from going down. I think this is the match set from the one earlier. We just found it in a cedar patch right up over on the other side over here. This is his other side. I'd have to pull it out of the backpack, but that's the second match set for the day. Hopefully we can find the other side of that big 8, or both sides of the prospect. But can't complain about 12 in one day. That's always a great day. Been walking on all day hoping to find prospect. Just found him in the cornfield, or at least one side of him. There he is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's bigger than last year. That's a small side too. Oh yeah. We were looking all day for one of his sides and we just came across it. That is so awesome. That is number, oh yeah, he's definitely a lot bigger than last year.
Chew mark. Not a chew mark.
That's beautiful. I can't believe that. We had just said the one spot we haven't checked is the cornfield. So we came up and it's crazy to think that we checked the right cornfield. I mean, there's so much, this cornfield stretches about 60 acres around this property. So to think that we just picked the right spot, we'd only been looking in the corn for about 15 minutes and there it is. That's one of his sides. So we still got about an hour left of sunlight left. What a great way to end the day. We just found 2 sheds within 30 minutes and prospect's one of them. So the day is made. Well, it already was made, but this just tops it off. I mean, that's awesome. That is, he is a pig and hopefully we can find his other side. That's so cool. That is number 13 on the day, number 22 on the year. Wow. All right, today is Sunday, February 23rd. We're going into the second day in a row to try to find prospect's right side. We found his left side last night and hoping to find the left side off the big 8. Found a total of 13 sheds yesterday. So we're hoping that we'll be able to find at least 2 more today. We're going in a couple spots that we didn't check yesterday, close to where we found prospects. Left side, which was in the cornfield. So we're checking the corn for the other side of prospect. We found his left side about 200 yards that way yesterday. And so we just came up here and found number 1 and 2 today for today. And that's off of a buck that I thought was dead. So that's awesome to see he's alive. Well, that's number 1 and 2 for today, laying right next to each other. I actually had seen this one and didn't see that one until we got up closer. What do you think?
Pretty good.
So that's 2 for today, 24 for the year. Match set off of a deer that we've had a lot of pictures of this year. Actually had him on video in the youth season, I remember. Cool looking buck, cool looking buck. He got busted up pretty good. You keep going, but needles in the haystack. Just came across the third one of the day. Still looking in the cornfield, the other side of Prospect. Yep. So that's the 5th shed that we have found in the cornfield this weekend. It's off a kind of a crazy buck. Look at that bump right there. That's interesting. Just came up, found the 6th needle in the haystack from the day. Whew. Wow. I don't know, ours points here? No, they're not. Busted off. Jeez, that almost looks old, don't it?
Could be from last year.
So you busted them. Yeah, no, it definitely was from last year. Look, it's like a mower or something came through and clipped it right here. Yeah, that's from last year, but that's the 6th needle in the haystack.
Oh, that's the one I saw. It wasn't this one.
Yeah. Look at that.
Well,
Another match set.
another needle in the haystack.
That's another needle in the haystack. So that's 5 and 6 for today. And we've got covered quite a bit of ground. Looked in the cornfield. Out of the 6 we found today, all 6 of them were in the cornfield, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, all 6 were in the cornfield today. That's insane. So 6 today, 13 yesterday, that's 19, and then 9 at the beginning of the weekend. So we are at 28 on the year. Look at that though, that's awesome. Yeah, just needles in the haystack everywhere. Just get spiders off of it. Man, I hate spiders. Whew. Look at that. Definitely a little match set right here. Love to see it. So 19 total sheds. You gotta love to see it. 2 biggest bucks in the property. We found 1 shed off of each of them. Big 8 in Prospect. Found the match set off a young deer that we'd really like to see next year. And just match sets off a bunch of other deer. So 8 of the 19 sheds we found in the cornfield, which is just beyond a record for me. I mean, we've been lucky to find 3 in a year in a cornfield. So to find 8 in a year, let alone 1 weekend, is just unreal. Couple old finds that we probably should have found, you know, years prior, but hey, you're never gonna find them all. So just some awesome finds from this weekend. Great weekend, beautiful weather. Hopefully next weekend will be like that. 44 total miles to get 19 sheds. It's not easy, but you keep looking at the right spots and keep walking, you'll end up finding some. So that's going to conclude this video.